After Hours.
Hello, it is I, the person with no name. Welcome. Alright, let's just jump right into it. X and Deep Water. Two movies that I was extremely excited to see, only to be let down in the end. Why? Was the trailer better than the movie? Was the storyline not at all what I was expecting? Did they show more than telling the story? Or was it because I saw that Sam Levinson either wrote or produced it, and everything in the world made sense again? Now, don't get me wrong, Sam Levinson isn't terrible at his job, obviously. I loved Euphoria Season 1, and despite all the rumors that have taken place after the Season 2 release, I, at the time, would have wanted to work behind the scenes of primarily his Euphoria projects because of the beautiful cinematography he uses in that show. I know there is a person that focuses on that specifically, so shout out to that dude. But if Sam Levinson is involved in that cinematography, that and Labyrinth are the only two reasons why I would even consider watching Season 3 Episode 1 after the Season 2 fiasco. But we're not here to talk about that, because you can already go watch that video that I posted a while back when Season 2 was still airing. Please go watch, thank you. For starters, I'm going to go in the order of when I watched these films. So, number 1, Deep Water. A well-to-do husband who allows his wife to have affairs in order to avoid a divorce becomes a prime suspect in the disappearance of her lovers. So basically it's Gone Girl, with possibly more baggage, I think. Possibly. But I do feel like Amy would annihilate Melinda in a millisecond.
Why are you the only man who wants to stay with me? You do?
I do.
The teaser came out 2 months ago, and I had zero idea what this was about, and very little idea on what was happening, which pulled me right in. They gave me very little, but somehow made it seem very jarring, and I was hooked. So when I finally watched the movie the day it was released on Hulu, I felt nothing.
Sometimes I think he's not normal. Because normal people can let go.
You wish that I were normal, Melinda?
My God, all the time.
As if I were normal, I don't think Joel would be over here having dinner with us.
You don't have to be rude.
I'm not being rude. I made lobster bisque.
I can't say the movie was bad, nor can I say it was good, because I don't know what it was. In the end, I was just left saying, okay. Also, huh? I think it may have been because I was expecting more because of the teaser and even the trailer. I feel like some things in the story could have elaborated more, because all I truly remember from this movie is the schmacks, Jacob Elordi having about 2 lines, him in the pool, this beautiful man, and a car chase scene in the woods. In the woods. Let's just move on from that last sentence. When I think of a movie, I want to remember the good parts, not the parts my mind just so happens to remember. Does that make sense? I think there's a part of me that wants to like this film because I was so excited to watch it in the first place. But the fact that I didn't even feel much or didn't even care enough to go watch an explanation video about the film was enough for me to just stop instead of wonder. And then I saw this. And then a tiny little light bulb occurred inside my brain. And I thought, wait a minute, is this the reason? Now, I haven't watched many of his films, and based on other movie lovers' reviews, I don't know if I would want to. Don't get me wrong, if I see a Rotten Tomatoes score that says it's done poorly, doesn't mean it's not any good, at least to me. But for some reason, even after Season 1 of Euphoria, I wasn't compelled into looking into any of his work in the past, only the actors. I mean, I have yet to watch Malcolm and Marie. Trailer didn't reel me in, and if a trailer doesn't catch my attention, then I'm not watching the movie. No matter how many memes I see about that dry macaroni, I don't care. I can still die happy without knowing a thing about that movie. Unless I see a few comments saying that the movie is better than the trailer, or the trailer doesn't do it justice, just watch the movie, then I'll start to reconsider it. But I didn't get that for this movie. So we're moving on. Once I saw who wrote it, memories of Season 2 flashed before my eyes, and I started making comparisons, which led me to having my doubts about the film. Sorry. Now on to X. A group of actors sets out to make an adult film in rural Texas under the noses of their reclusive host. But when the elderly couple catches their young guests in the act, the cast finds themselves in a desperate fight for their lives. X is still fresh in my mind, for I watched it a couple weeks ago, and we're going to ignore the fact of how stupid I sounded during this movie because I kept saying to myself that this dude looks like Kid Cudi, only to find out that it was when I finally looked up the cast on Google and had to go into hiding up until this day. Hi, I'm back and I'm still embarrassed. But X, another movie I was excited to see. For one, it's an A24 film, and not every A24 film catches my attention, but this one did, and it may have been because of perfection. But as the story started to progress, once again, I was expecting more. Way more than watching two old people having schmeh for what felt like 30 minutes. Like, I didn't need to see that. I really didn't need to see that. And I'm really glad that the music was playing loud enough where I didn't have to hear that, because my goodness, like, I get it's a scary movie, but I didn't need to be petrified. Actually, that may have been the scariest moment of the entire film. A close second is the old lady touching Maxine's skin. I felt that, and that seemed so uncomfortable to me. Imagine if someone did that to you. I would hope and expect you to have more clothes on than she did, but still, like, it's a weird and uncomfortable feeling, right? Anyway, the movie also felt quick to me, even though its running time is 1 hour and 45 minutes. I feel like I could tell you everything that happened to a T from beginning to end in under 20 minutes. I won't do it, but I feel like I can.
Your little boyfriend's cute. You help him with all his films? Sometimes, yeah. Is that your boyfriend? Sometimes, yeah.
For this movie, I think the ending was the best part for me. I'm talking about the TV scene, even though I was tired of hearing it. We get an insight of where Maxine is from. The way the old man passed away was a bit ironic as well. Compared to Deep Water, I enjoyed the movie a bit better, but just a bit. Calm down. And then I saw those words again that just made me rethink the entire movie. This time he didn't write this one, T. West did. He only produced it, but for some reason his and his wife's name wasn't in it. By the way, did you guys know he had a wife? Because I just found out. X wasn't bad, it was alright, but once again I was expecting something a bit more. It does take a lot, and I mean a lot, for me to get scared by a scary movie, but a scary film doesn't just have to be scary. It can be just a plain good storyline with some horrifying, gruesome elements added. In other words, I would rewatch this movie again someday, and I kind of have to thank Trin Level's video. And after listening to her take on the story's true meaning, I kind of had more respect for the film. I just don't know if I like it. And I don't know if it's because of Sam Levinson, and in my opinion, his downfall after watching Euphoria Season 2, or if it's just my genuine opinion without even knowing Sam Levinson took some part in this project. I mean, did my excitement for these two films just get the best of me? Also, props to the editors for creating those trailers, because you got me.
Okay, you got me.
Not many people comment in my videos, but if you have anything to say, I'm all eyes, I guess, and wouldn't mind reading your opinions on what you thought about the two films. As usual, what I say is just an opinion of mine. Please don't take it so seriously. If you're hurt about it in any way, don't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Not everyone is going to like someone's work, and as an aspiring screenwriter, it's something you have to live with. Also, as a human being, I never said that this or the people who made these films were terrible. I just feel like it could use some work, but you can't please everybody. So if you really liked it, good for you. And that is all. Thank you for listening / watching my film talk.
You mean the one where everyone talks like this?
Yes, that's the one.
Busy, my head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie, my cousins look crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie. I tell her